Security Company. It is Monday the 9th of October, 8:30 in the morning, and I'm your host, Rich Benfield, standing in for Stephen Ridgway. In today's news, Gaza-linked cyber threat actor targets Israeli energy and defense sectors. AWS to mandate multi-factor authentication from 2024. North Korea's Lazarus Group launders $900 million in cryptocurrency. MGM Resorts ransomware attack led to $100 million loss in their data theft. Third Flagstar Bank data breach since 2021 affects 800,000 customers. And they're your headlines for today. So, to kick off, a Gaza-based threat actor has been linked to a series of cyber attacks aimed at Israeli private sector energy, defense and telecommunications organizations. Microsoft, which revealed details of the activity in its fourth annual Digital Defense Report, is tracking the campaign under the name Storm 1133. We assess this group works to further the interests of Hamas, a Sunni militant group that is the de facto governing body in the Gaza Strip, as activity attributed to it has largely affected organizations perceived as hostile to Hamas, the company said. Targets of the campaign included organizations in the Israeli energy and defense areas. So, attack chains entail a mix of social engineering and fake profiles on LinkedIn that masquerade as Israeli human resources managers, project coordinators, software developers to contact and send phishing messages. They conduct reconnaissance, deliver malware to employees at Israeli organizations. Microsoft said it also observed Storm 1133 attempting to infiltrate third-party organizations with public ties to Israeli targets of interest. These intrusions are designed to deploy backdoors alongside a configuration that allows the group to dynamically update the command and control infrastructure hosted on Google Drive. This technique enables operators to stay a step ahead of certain static network-based defenses, Redmond noted. Next up, we have AWS to mandate MFA from 2024. So AWS have said that they will require multi-factor authentication for all privileged accounts starting mid-2024 in a bid to improve default security and reduce the risk of account hijacking. From that time, any customers signing into the AWS Management Console with the root user of an AWS organization's management account will be required to use MFA to proceed, Chief Security Officer Steve Schmidt said in a blog post. Customers who must enable MFA will be notified of the upcoming change through multiple channels, including a prompt when they sign into the console, he added. We will expand this program throughout 2024 to additional scenarios such as standalone accounts, i.e. those outside an organization in AWS organizations, as we release features that make MFA even easier to adopt and manage at scale. The move follows previous AWS efforts to improve take-up of MFA. The firm began offering a free security key to account owners in the US from 2021 and a year later enabled organizations to register up to 8 MFA devices per account root user or per IAM user in AWS. Next, North Korea's Lazarus Group launders $900 million in cryptocurrency. So as much as $7 billion in cryptocurrency has been illicitly laundered through cross-chain crime, with the North Korea-linked Lazarus Group linked to the theft of roughly 900 million of those proceeds between July 2022 and July of this year. As traditional entities such as mixers continue to be subject to seizures and sanctions scrutiny, the crypto crime displacement to chain or asset hopping typologies is also on the rise, blockchain analytics firm Elliptic said in a new report published this week. Cross-chain crime refers to the conversion of crypto assets from one token or blockchain to another, often in rapid succession, in an attempt to obfuscate their origin, making it a lucrative method for money laundering for crypto thefts and an alternative to traditional approaches like mixers. According to data gathered by Elliptic, the Lazarus Group's use of cross-chain bridges contributed to a majority of the 111% increase in the proportion of funds sent via such services. The North Korean hacking crew is estimated to have stolen nearly $240 million in cryptocurrencies since June 2023, following a series of attacks against Atomic Wallet, CoinsPad, AlphaPo, Stake.com, and CoinEx. The diversity, number, and eccentricity in implementation of Lazarus's campaigns define this group, as well as that it performs all three pillars of cyber criminal activities: cyber espionage, cyber sabotage, and pursuit of financial gain, ESET said of the threat actor late last month. The threat actor has also been linked to the use of Avalanche Bridge to deposit more than 9,500 Bitcoin, while simultaneously employing cross-chain solutions to move some of the plundered assets. Moving on. MGM Resorts ransomware attack led to $100 million data loss and data theft. So, MGM Resorts have revealed that last month's cyber attack cost them $100 million and allowed the hackers to steal customers' personal information. The hospitality and entertainment giant disclosed a cybersecurity issue on September 11th, 2023, which impacted its main website, online reservation systems, in-house casino services like slot machines and credit card terminals, and ATMs. A few days later, it was revealed that the threat actor responsible for the disruption was an affiliate of the Black Cat Alpha V ransomware gang known as Scattered Spider. These hackers breached MGM's network using social engineering, stole sensitive data, and encrypted over 100 ESXi hypervisors. The impact of the IT systems outage, which continued for an extended period, was substantial as the cyber attack disrupted a broad range of its business operations. MGM estimates a negative impact from the cybersecurity issue in September of approximately $100 million to adjusted property EBITDA for the Las Vegas Strip resorts and regional operations collectively, reads a Form 8K filing with the SEC filing. While the companies experienced impacts to occupancy due to the availability of bookings through the company's website and mobile apps, it was mostly contained to the month of September, which was 88%. In addition to losing $100 million in earnings, MGM also suffered less than $10 million in one-time expenses for risk remediation, legal fees, third-party advisory, and incident response measures. MGM says it expects to be fully covered by its cybersecurity insurance. Overall, MGM asserts that the financial impact will be predominantly confined to Q3 2023 and does not anticipate any significant effect on its annual financial performance. MGM Resorts believes that the incident has been contained and all of their guest-facing systems have now been fully restored, with any remaining systems in offline status expected to resume normal operation in the coming days. MGM is also warning that the threat actors managed to steal the personal information of customers who transacted with MGM before March 2019. A separate notice was sent to impacted individuals yesterday, informing them that the following details have been exposed to the cyber criminals, which varies depending on the individual. So, this data includes full name, phone number, email address, post address, gender, date of birth, driver's license, social security numbers, and passport numbers. MGM concludes that its investigation has not unearthed signs that the incident exposed customer passwords, bank account numbers, and payment card information. The company provides free credit monitoring and identity protection services to those impacted by the data breach and warns customers to remain vigilant against unsolicited communications. We recommend that you remain vigilant for incidents of fraud and identity theft by reviewing account statements and monitoring your free credit reports, warns MGM Resorts. We also recommend that you remain alert for unsolicited communications involving your personal information. And last headline of the day, third Flagstar Bank data breach since 2021 affects 800,000 customers. So Flagstar Bank over in the US is warning that over 800,000 customers have had their personal information stolen by cyber criminals due to a breach at a third-party service provider. Now, I know what you're thinking, this is all US based, okay? But there's a reason I'm telling you about this security headline right now, and that'll become clear in a sec, so bear with me. So Flagstar, now owned by the New York Community Bank, is a Michigan-based financial services provider that before its acquisition last year was one of the largest banks in the United States, having total assets of over $31 billion. A data breach notification sent to impacted customers explains that Flagstar was indirectly impacted by Fiserv, a vendor it uses for payment processing and mobile banking services. Now, the reason this is relevant to what is predominantly our UK audience on the daily cyber briefing is that Fiserv are a huge payment provider in the UK. In fact, they're based not too far up the road from me, down in sunny Essex. And they do everything from providing virtual terminals, merchant services, card machines that you use in shops. They are literally everywhere in the UK. Have you ever paid on a funky looking tablet style till? It's called a Clover. Well, that comes from Fiserv. Okay, so they are literally everywhere. and they were breached in a widespread CLOP MOVEit transfer data theft attacks. And that's impacted over 64 million people and 2,000 organizations worldwide. So the attackers exploited a zero-day vulnerability in the MOVEit transfer product to access Fiserv's systems, and from there stole Flagstar customer data the vendor held to provide services. The types of data that were compromised are redacted in the sample data breach notification letters. However, the entry on Main's data breach portal lists at least names and social security numbers are stolen by the threat actors. The total number of Flagstar Bank customers impacted by this incident is 837,390 in the United States. Okay, and that concludes the daily cyber briefing for today. Thank you very much for listening. Hope you found that interesting and relevant. There'll be more tomorrow, so come back at 8:30 a.m. tomorrow morning for more. As those trendy YouTubers like to say, like, share, and subscribe. And thank you very much. Goodbye.